guys, welcome to the channel. Your girl's voice is back. Love it, love it, love it here. So today I am here with my detailed makeup routine. Believe it or not, I've gotten a lot of questions like, Michaela, how do I do makeup? And I'm here to help. I'm here to deliver. Anyways, let's just get into it. My first step is definitely skin prep. You want to make sure that your skin is prepped for the makeup that is about to go on it. So I have sensitive and dry skin, so I'm gonna go for the more hydrating, provide moisture type skin prep. If I know that I have some time to actually spend and, you know, take my precious time and do my face, I will put on these eye patches under my eyes while I'm doing other things just to prep my under eyes for primer, concealer, all that extra makeup stuff. These are my favorite eye patches of all time, and I will stand by them basically forever. I love them. But like I said, we're gonna start off with skin prep. Gonna use a toner to just prep our skin, make it nice and vibrant, glowy, and just keep the moisture there, because we don't want to remove any moisture, especially since I have dry skin. We want to add moisture and help it to stay there while our makeup lasts for umpteen hours. You're gonna make sure you're gonna pat the toner into the skin. You don't want the product to just sit on top of your skin. You want it to go into your pores and prep your pores for makeup. Before you move on, you definitely want to make sure that your skin is dry. You want the toner, the moisturizer, whatever you're putting on first to sit and dry first. Once the skin prep is finished, then we're gonna move on. Primer. This primer is well used because it is my absolute favorite primer right now. e.l.f. Like it's almost done. I love this primer. It is just a great option for like a barrier between my face and the makeup that I'm about to put. And it's also hydrating, and it's a grippy primer, which means your makeup is going to stick to the primer and not sink into your pores. Make sure that you put them in areas that will definitely crease the most. I like to make sure that I prime especially my smile lines and my under eyes. I feel like you're not truly showing the grippiness of this e.l.f. primer if it don't do this. All right, next. So now that your primer is all dried and tacked down, this next step I recently just added. When it comes to my smile lines creasing, I love that they're there because that shows that I have laughed and I have smiled in my life, and that is absolutely great. Do I want it to necessarily show up in my makeup every time I do my makeup? No. So this would be my next step. So right after I prime, I take a powder puff and I will go over with the banana powder right over my smile lines and let that set so that when my makeup is completely done, you can't really see my smile lines. And it has worked. I've put it to test, guys, and it works. So this is a new thing added to my routine. That's why it's in this video. So we're just gonna take a little bit and put it lightly on our smile lines. Not too much. Don't overdo it. Just a little. And that is just going to set them in place. And also, when you put your foundation, concealer, and all your other products on top, they will look the same color. Because sometimes around your lip can seem a little bit darker than the rest of your face, and you don't want to like put too much concealer and color corrector and all this. We don't want all that makeup in this space. So we're gonna prime it first, and then the only thing that we'll have to put over this is just foundation. I know we're already looking a little bit crazy, but that's just a part of the process. Now we're going to color correct. And when it comes to color correction, there are so many different colors that you should use based off of your undertone. So me, I have a pink undertone, and I think that's so fitting because pink is my favorite color. Ain't God good? You have red using for like really severe or stubborn dark circles. Peach and pink for like hyperpigmentation and some spot treatments that I may see every now and then. Green, depending on your undertone, like I said, green to help cover up your acne scars, some spot, as well as like reduce redness to your face. And then blue, believe it or not, also helps to brighten up your skin. I've also seen some people use blue in some of their foundations to change the color just to make it suitable for their skin tone. So that is also something you can use. But like I said, makeup requires some research. I'm going to color correct under my eyes, and any little spots, hyperpigmentation that I see needs to be covered up, I will do that. While our color correct is drying, we are going to move on to eyebrow. One of my favorite eyebrow products. This does wonders for making sure your eyebrow hairs stay in place. And that's precisely what we're doing this for. I never used to like use a brow pomade or anything of that sort up until like this year. And I've definitely noticed a difference. One, when I comb it up, I can definitely see the spaces where I would need to fill in. Two, when I use a pomade or something that puts my eyebrows in place, it keeps them in. Like, look at the difference. Not product. It matches with your face, especially if you shape it properly, and it stays in place. We don't want to have moving eyebrows throughout the day of our makeup process. That is like big no-no. Your makeup process doesn't need to take forever because you're doing multiple things at one time. While one product is drying, you're moving on to the next. If you guys want me to leave a list of the products that I use in this video, I would definitely do that for you. So we're just gonna use this pencil and just fill in the spaces of our eyebrows. We don't want them too dark. I'm not a person who likes completely dark eyebrows. It just doesn't do well with my face. And so I just fill in the spaces that are needed. And when we sculpt our eyebrows with some concealer, then we know where else needs to be filled in. But as of right now, it's really good. So before we blend everything so far, we want to spray our brush with some setting spray. Once again, using e.l.f. Love some e.l.f. products. It sets the color correct in place. Like I said, we don't want moving makeup. I go back and forth between luxury makeup brands and like affordable makeup brands, and honestly, whatever works. I love me a good affordable makeup product, and I also love me a good high-end product. And if I can get the best of the both worlds from either side, it's a win for me. Next step is foundation. And here's where I have my complaint, because Fenty Beauty came out with this Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation, and then they discontinued it. I don't know if they discontinued it and just reformulated it into a different product, but this was doing wonders for my face. This is what I think they changed the product over to. This is great, but can we bring this back? Or at least let me know if these are the same, because I'd like to have them back. I want her back. It's okay. I love her. She's great. I don't want the option of losing her. Like, she's great. We don't want to lose her. Like I said, I have dry skin, so I'm gonna go for a lot more things that are hydrating and moisturizing to my skin that won't leave my skin looking dry. So we're just gonna put some foundation on the back of our hand. I would usually put it on my face just to show you guys how much product I'm using, but it's definitely better to put it on the back of your hand before applying it to your face, so that you can use a brush and pat it around so that you can get an even base on you can get an even layer of makeup on your brush, so that you can get an even layer of makeup on your face. Distribution to our face. So I like to put my foundation on first before I put on any of my concealer, blush, contour, and all that type of stuff. And if you can see, as I am putting on my foundation, I'm also gently putting the foundation a little bit under my eye. Not all the way up, but a little bit under there, so that my whole face looks even. You also want to make sure you put your makeup on your forehead. You can't just have makeup on half your face. And there we go. Now, contour. And once again, we have another e.l.f. product, Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. A little bit of product really goes a long way with this. So we're going to be very mindful and demure where we put this. We're gonna contour first before we bronze. So contour is there to help shape the natural sculpt of your face, while bronzer is there to add warmth back to your face. Just gonna put it a little bit under our cheekbones here, just to create a natural shadow. And like I said, a little really goes a long way with this product. Now we're going to blend, blend, blend. I go between brushes, powder puffs, and a beauty blender. Honestly, what works for you works for you. I ain't mad at it. Now we're going to use this palette because it has a bronzer in it to add a little bit warmth to our face. We're also going to add bronzer in our hairline a little bit so that there's not a demarcation of light scalp and makeup. It's okay to put makeup in the hairline. That's why we usually do our hair first and then makeup. Because if you got edges, girl, you can't be doing your edges after you did your makeup, because then that's just going to be messing up everything with the gel and the makeup. That's just not a good look. That's not a good look. I'm trying to look put together. Next is blush. I'm already blushing. Look at that. One of my favorite steps in the makeup process, and I am going to be using the Danessa Myricks blurring powder flush in the color It Girl, and it's such a beautiful bright pink color. Like, honestly, all you had to do is show me the color and I was already sold. And the reason why we put blush on first before we put on concealer is because we're gonna apply blush again. It's just gonna look crazy at first when the amount of blush that I put on. Honestly, it makes sense. I'm doing a lot of yapping, but it's going to make sense. I also like to put blush in the middle of my nose because I just think it's just so cute. Just a little. Concealer. Yeah, I know, another e.l.f. product, but they make good products. What can I say? I'm gonna take a little, put it in the exact spots that I want the concealer in. I'm not just gonna put a whole glob on my face because then it's easy to get out of control with concealer. So we're just gonna put them in specific spots that we want them. Let that dry only for a second. With this concealer, it takes nothing to dry and it won't move. We love that. That doesn't move, but not when we're not ready. Spray with setting spray, blend. I'm gonna take my powder puff, no product on it, and just continue to blend. Just blend with the powder puff. And it blends out so nicely when I do that. Now onto our powders, and we're going to be using two powders. We are going to be using the Huda Beauty loose powder in the shade Cherry Blossom for underneath our under eyes, and the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel in this area right here. I'll show you. Once again, in a pink shade. It was just meant to be. When it's meant to be. Love me some Disney references. Powder puff. Power puff. Power puff! Tap on the back of our hand so that's not too much on the face, and go under our eyes. See, now that's what happens when you don't tap off before you touch your face. Too much. We're gonna go over our smile lines just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Above our forehead. Anywhere that our concealer was, that's where we're putting our loose powder. Now for our pressed powder, we are going to put those in these areas of our face to basically do the same thing. Oh my goodness. I just realized that there's a whole powder puff in the Maybelline. This is cute. I literally just bought this product just a couple days ago, so I didn't know that. I love that convenience. And we're just gonna put it right in this area. And the reason why we're using a pressed powder instead of the loose powder is because we want this part to be the same color as our skin. I don't want it to look white right in these areas. Give that natural scope while not looking completely two different colors. So basically we're just gonna use the remaining blush that's already on the brush and just add it back. Because, you know, the loose powder and the concealer kind of took away our blush. So we just want to add a little bit back. Just a little bit. Now highlighter. Go right on the nose, the bridge of the nose, the arch of the eyebrows, right above the cheekbone. Makeup is to accentuate the God-given beauty that he already gave you. To just enhance it. Just enhance it just a little bit, and that's okay. We're coming to a close. I promise you we're almost finished. Now it's time for setting spray. Right now I am using the e.l.f. Dewy Finish setting spray. I also like to use the one size setting spray for like events where I know I'm going to be doing something all day and I'm going to be sweating and I want my face to stay in place. I'll use that one. For right now, like I said, we're gonna keep our face hydrated. So, dewy. Now we're on to my favorite step, my favorite part in the makeup process, the lips. It definitely goes lips, blush, then brows. No, lips, blush, lashes, brows. Yep, that's the order. And because I already have my lashes done by moi, that's already a step out of the way that you don't even need to worry about. So I'm going to be using two products for my lips today. The Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil, as well as using the NYX Line Loud in the shade Sassy. Okay. Just to give it more dimension and a little bit, I don't necessarily overline my lips, I just, the curve of my lips, there we go. To make sure that your lip combo stays in place, you also want to set it with some loose powder. After you go over it with the loose powder, you just want to lightly go back over with the liner. One thing about me, I'm never gonna leave the house without some lip gloss. I refuse to leave the house with dry lips. It's just how I am. In the middle. And last but not least, our final touches, which is basically just taking some eyeliner and just going over my beauty marks. And now we are all finished. I hope you guys really enjoyed my detailed makeup routine. I hope this video was super easy to follow and I gave you a lot of details and some things that you might want to look into. I will definitely put my products that I used in this video in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because I got more videos coming and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!